Skippy and June are eating grass together. Hey, Junie. This is the first time June's ever let me come up to her in pasture and pat her. We're on our way to find Pansy and bring her in for milking. Having to walk by the bull on the way up to find Pansy. Yay! The cows are coming down through the path here. There you are. Ready to go in, get milked?
Well, good morning, everybody. Today we've got a very busy day. We'll try to show bits and pieces of our day as we go throughout a day. We've got to get our field of oats raked, round baled, and wrapped today. That's the big project for the day, and it's going to be quite a project. Right now, this morning, there's still dew on the ground, so I can't start raking yet. So I'm just getting everything ready. I'm getting greased up, and then we'll get the horses ready to go. And as soon as the dew is off, I'm going to start raking. Yesterday we mowed a bunch more hay down on the lower farm, and I'll take you down there and show you that here while we get ready to go for this morning's work.
For those who aren't used to this sort of thing, how often do you have to grease your equipment?
Basically every time I use it. It has to have the grease to keep everything running smoothly. So here we are down on what we call the lower farm. I mowed this chunk here yesterday. I used a couple teams of horses, 4 horses that I swapped them around. Then over here I mowed this piece also. This is the piece that's next to the woods and the trees. And if you notice the shadows on the ground, this is how much shadows the trees do, and it just takes forever to dry those areas because it takes a long time for the sun to get high enough to get over those shadows and to dry that land out. But we just have to deal with it. That's why I wanted to cut it now, so it had maybe an extra day to dry. The further piece out there still needs to be cut, and this piece right in front of us still needs to be cut, and that will be the last of my first cutting hay. And then I can start on my second cutting hay, which won't be so much because there's not quite so much ground to cover.
So hard.
Okay, so this morning we're going to take out Duke and Earl to rake. I had a difficult, it was difficult for me to decide who I wanted to use today. I was debating about using Bill and Earl, and then using Baron and Duke. But then I decided, well, Skippy, be quiet. I'm talking. So, but I decided I'm going to use Duke and Earl on the start of the big field, and then I'm going to finish up with the 2 older ones, Bill and Baron. collars are going on better over their heads. They're getting a little bit wider like they should be and fitting on their necks a little bit better than when I first got them. As you can see, I took their lines out. I have had his lines out. When I bought this new set of harnesses, I actually took my lines up to Eli's to, when he made the new lines for these harnesses. So the lines from my last set I took up because I wanted to make them identical, because I'm very particular about how I have my lines, and I want them in the right holes. There's a bunch of holes to be adjusting. Well, I got them back and they weren't right. The holes weren't in the same spot. So I have been swapping lines somewhat to use a matched set together. And that's why I don't have lines in this harness right now, because I want to have matched set. At some point I'm gonna take these lines back up to Eli and see if he can fix them. It does make it easier harnessing a horse without the lines in the harnesses. A little bit lighter and less things to watch for. And I know a lot of people take their lines out every single time, and I do not do that. It just seems like a lot of extra work. So generally my lines stay in the harnesses at all times. Whoops, just patted him.
That's because you do sometimes.
Okay, he's ready to go. We'll get Duke ready and we'll get to raking hay. Get in there, Earl. Get in there, Earl. Hey. Come here. Oh. Oh. Hey. Hip. Hi.
So here we are down at the field. It looks like most of the surface dew has burned off, and Jim and Duke and Earl are way down there. It is a big piece, but we'll catch up with them when they get a little bit closer.
Hey, forgot the fly spray.
Yeah.
You mind run back? Hey, since you have the four-wheeler, you mind run back and grab it?
No, I don't mind. I'm either going to be the death of that dog or he's going to be the death of me. He's always running in front of me.
Why don't you sit right up here, Brenda, with the camera?
I don't know what he's after. Oh my goodness. Thankfully, these guys are great with fly spray. Hopefully, I don't prove myself wrong by saying that. Good old Ken would not be putting up with what Jim's doing.
So this is what we're using, but like every other fly spray, pretty well useless. It helps a little, but not a lot.
So I was just showing you this, how he's went down and came back, and you can see that the row is they're side by side instead of on top into one row. And he does it like this. He calls it the double barrel, like a double barrel shotgun, I guess, because that's how Owen, our neighbor, likes to bale with his round baler. I guess it makes better round bales that way. Well, it's time for me to head on off the farm and go to our local supply place and get some wrap for the bales, so that's ready for tonight when we need it. Well, I'm home. Gotta get these bad boys unloaded, but looks like Jim's back from raking. Maybe he's ready to swap teams out. I'm right. He's ready to head out with Bill and Baron, the B team. Got a lot more to go?
Yeah, quite a lot.
Guys ready to work? just said he'll be back for lunch. He doesn't even know if he'll be done by then. Well, before I headed back to the house and got some things done there, I came into the barn to bring in some fly strips that I got, and I realized, oh yeah, Earl and Duke just got back and they need to be brushed. So that's what I'm going to be doing now. Earl especially seems to like to be brushed. Sometimes he closes his eyes and it's so cute. There. That job's done. Good job, Duke. You can take a rest now. Well, I'm in the house. Jim just texted me and said he'll be in about 5 minutes for lunch, and I am multitasking, which I probably should not be doing, but I'm making a little bit of pudding from scratch. That's for tomorrow for Sunday lunch, and I like to get things done ahead of time for lunch on Sunday because it gets a little busy sometimes Sunday mornings, and it's just nice to have things done. I'm just going to make some toasted tomato sandwiches for lunch, which is just our sourdough bread, which did not turn out that great this time. It's a little small and flat. But anyways, that, and yesterday I had made some vegetable soup, so we're just going to have a bowl of vegetable soup. It's everything that is current in the garden plus our own beef. So anyways, if you're curious about the recipe for the pudding, it's just a recipe I got off the internet. It's just egg yolks and milk and cornstarch, a pinch of salt, and of course sugar, which I did cut back on that, and vanilla. And we'll have it with some fresh berries that are in season tomorrow. But anyways, I just totally love having Pansy's milk. I love drinking it from the mason jar. And our own eggs is fun to make things out of what we have. That really gives me a lot of joy.
So here we are out finishing up raking up the hay with Bill and Baron, and the baler will be here soon. So now the raking's all done. Owen, our neighbor, is up here with his tractor and round baler, and he'll get this all round baled up for us.
So that's Owen right at work getting this all baled up in no time flat. I can't believe how fast a tractor goes. I have the fan going here, and well, Jim's getting Bill and Baron ready to go. The bales are all baled up, and there's 42 of them. So that means 4+ loads of bringing them back up closer to the farm, and then he will wrap them up there. Where you going, Billy? Gosh, Billy, I'm gonna kill it. Oh my gosh. It was huge.
Grandpa horsefly.
Huh?
A grandpa horsefly.
My word.